Now, so Nana, the chief did offer an apology.
Yes, Beverly and Barbara, Chief Paul Newdigate did open today's press conference right inside the building behind me with an apology to Mr. Jamar Mackey. Mackey is the man seen in this viral video. Chief says the incident that happened on Saturday was a traumatic event and no one should be handcuffed in front of their family. If you are now joining us here on News 3 and take a look at the video on your screen, this is the one we are referring to. This video we are talking about is now viral and it's gaining a lot of national attention and right here in the local community causing a lot of frustration. It's of an African-American male being handcuffed by police officers inside the Lynn Haven Mall food court. Chief Newdigate tells us his officers were investigating theft of a purse. Inside that purse were credit cards that were used in the same area. Chief says his officers were given a specific description. Now, I asked Chief to give us what the exact description was that his officers were given, and he says he cannot share that with us right now because it is under investigation. But in the video, you can hear officers say they were looking for a black man with dreads. Chief also added that a third party did confirm Mackey as the suspect, which ended up not being true. Mackey was released minutes after. Right now, Chief says he's investigating the action that took place and if it was justified and if the use of handcuffs were warranted.
In accordance with Terry versus Ohio, you can handcuff an individual under certain circumstances, but they have to be articulated and there has to be, a perception of an officer's safety issue. And I think that goes back to us taking a hard look to address whether the handcuffs were warranted in this circumstances and whether the approach and detention and the officer had enough specific information to approach Mr. Mackey at this time.
Now, in the video, you can also see that officers are not wearing a face mask while they were detaining Mackey. The chief says he will also address that issue as well. We are in a pandemic and he takes safety seriously. Right now, as we've been saying, this incident is still under investigation and there are so many questions. The police chief is gathering additional video and says he will have an analysis for the community very soon. Now, I did get a chance to speak with Mr. Mackey earlier today. He is now being represented by Portsmouth attorney Don Scott. We are also in talks with the family spokesperson who says Mackey will speak to us very soon. So stay here on News 3 and online for the latest on this developing story. For now, reporting in Virginia Beach, Nana St. Bonsu, News 3.